It's almost football time for the Campbell County Cougars. Welcome into our pregame coverage on Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by Skeeter's Tire Barn. Jim Freeman with the head coach of the Cougars, Coach Taylor Ownbey. Coach, I had the butterflies. How about you?
I still got them. I agree. You know, it's a little bit better year as far as, you know, coming into it, and I feel more comfortable as far as dealing with, you know, everything outside of X's and O's, you know. So, you know, I feel good. I feel comfortable with this situation, being here, still loving it here. I mean, it's a great place to be, and I mean, it's football time, you know what I mean? So.
Absolutely. You've gone through the winter workouts with your team, spring, summer workouts, preseason, and you've had them the whole time compared to last year. That has to be an advantage for you.
Oh, I agree. Anytime you can keep those guys, you know, year-round as far as, you know, up in the weight room, I mean, that's going to be an advantage to us, you know. So I'm very excited about this offseason, and it's only going to get better as we move forward. But, you know, it's a great opportunity. The administration does a great job by getting our guys up there and allowing us to work in the wintertime up here, you know, during that last block class. And, you know, it's a great opportunity. And, I mean, I loved every minute of dealing with these guys, seeing them every day, and just getting to know them a little bit better, and you know, and of course, you know, working hard for this season.
Coach, share some thoughts. Introduce your team for 2026 to us. You start with, of course, your quarterback, Silas Weaver.
Yeah, Silas is our quarterback this year. You know, he's done a great job leading, learning. You know, he is definitely one of those guys that watches the film. You know, he's a film junkie, and he loves watching film and loves coming in and talking with us a little bit, you know, before practice and things like that. So that's a great thing to have, and you know, he's done a great job with that. So
on the offensive side, Braden Graham returns for you, actually for his third season in the backfield.
Yes, he's coming back, and you know, he's starting to get his vision, you know, and he's starting to see it a little bit better than he did a little bit last year. But you know, he's a hard worker. You talk about somebody that's excelled in the off-season weight program. That's Braden Graham. I'm very excited about him. Sam Sexton coming back, you know, 3-year starter. You know, I'm very excited to have him back. He had a little bit of an injury, you know, early in the summertime, but you know, he's fully healthy, and we're ready to use him.
Along your front line offensively, are you going to be able to platoon some players this season?
I think so. I think for the most part, our starting line is pretty sewn up. You know, with you know, Cup and Jack Stooksbury and Justice Evans on the front line, and Gage Fraley, Jacob Clark, you know, just a lot of those guys. We've got a pretty good rotation defensive line-wise, and we've got a good core group in the offensive line. So I feel real good about them.
I guess one challenge a season ago was getting into the end zone. You're getting up and down the field, but getting to the end zone, you've been doing that in the preseason.
Yes, we have. I mean, that's the biggest thing, like, this preseason has taught us, is learning how to finish, whether that be, you know, offensively with a touchdown, or getting the other team off, you know, on 4th down or 3rd and long, you know, getting them to punt and things like that, and trying to do that. That's something we've learned, and you know, we learned pretty much the hard way the first 2 scrimmages with our defense. And you know, we showed up a little bit in that jamboree, which I was very excited about defensively. You know, offensively, I've been seeing this, you know, all summer and things like that. So, you know, defensively, that's something kind of close to my heart, and we're trying to improve week by week.
Coach, they say that a team will reflect its coach. You were a very physical player in high school and college as well, an outstanding defensive player. How's that played over to your team this season? They seem to be becoming more physical, especially defensively.
Well, that shows that the work in the offseason proves itself. You know, it's one of those things where they've got to get stronger, feel more confident, and they're going to be more physical. And I think that's what we've done this offseason is get stronger, feel more confident. And I think we're getting that physicality part. We're learning how to practice hard. We're learning how to do those things. And that's just something that's, you know, taking a little bit of time. But, you know, hopefully we can continue to improve in that area. But I think, you know, it's one of those things for this program that we're taking that baby step into that.
We talked about your linemen, some of your skill players. The kicking game, who will be long snapping for you this season?
We've got 2, Rayner and Owen Blankenblicker. They can pretty much do the you know, the extra point snaps or the long snap for the punt. So you know, we rotate them as much as possible, just depending on the situation and things like that. So we've got that, and of course we've got Drew Crowley kicking and Tyler Kettlehake punting. Drew Crowley's, what an offseason he had going to camps and doing a lot of different things. I'm very excited about, to see what he can do. And, hopefully we get him some opportunities to kick some field goals.
Who will be your receiving core on punts and kickoffs?
It's just kind of, all together. We're going to have Sam and Max Boshears most of the time back there. Jaron Wilson can catch a punter or a kickoff. So, it's kind of, just one of those things where we're going to put the best guy back there at the time, and if they need a break, we've got guys behind them that can handle the job.
It's Lenoir City tonight visiting the Campbell County Cougars. The two teams opened the season a season ago. And Coach, a thought or two about Lenoir City?
Great program. I mean, Rusty Bradley's a great human being. He's a great coach, and he's done a great job for what I've seen change-wise in the offseason from just the scrimmage film. They're going to be a tough team to play. They're going to be ready. They're going to be ready for the game. They're going to be well coached, and it's just one of those things where we've got to take advantage of the mistakes that they make, if they make any, and just basically just play our game. Be physical. More times than not, the more physical team wins. So we got to be more physical than they are, and we're going to try to do that.
Very good. Campbell County hosting Lenoir City. Coach, have fun. We'll see you after the game.
Well, I appreciate everything. Go Cougars.
Head coach Taylor Ownbey and the Cougars set to kick off against Lenoir City here in just moments. We continue here on the WLAF Skeeter's Tire Barn countdown to kickoff.